Hi, Lynn McDonald here, and today I'm going to be covering Section 3 Retail. Video number 1, how to retail with the catalogues. Building a strong customer base. Now, I know that these days a lot of people are getting started with the digital kit, but they also want to build up a customer base door to door. So it's really important that you have a good chat with the person you're introducing to the business to make sure they get the best kit for them, because the most cost-effective kit to purchase if you want a strong door-to-door customer base is the £99 kit, which gives you 250 catalogues, specialogues, order forms and bags. And you can also get this kit by paying a £25 deposit and 2 further payments of £50, which you will easily earn in the first few months in the business if you're working with 250 catalogues. But there are various reasons why someone might choose the virtual kit. It could be just down to budget. Well, I know they can get started for £25, but it could also be budget and scepticism, not willing to commit to the £50 payments until they see if it works for them. That's okay. It might be time available to spend on the business and don't have enough time to do the online team building and build a huge customer base door to door. They might want to focus online, or simply the fact that they want to build it up gradually, and there's nothing wrong with that. And here we'll show you how to use the free catalogues to help you work towards building a strong customer base door to door, as well as showing you how to use the 250 catalogue kit to build a huge customer base. Now, Clean Easy give you welcome rewards for sales, and it helps you to earn free catalogues or a dropship credit or free leads. It's important you speak to your sponsor, because this depends on what you're wanting from the business. If you simply want to retail, then I would recommend the free catalogues. So when you process an order of £150, you'll receive a free credit, and you can choose from any of the above. Some distributors choose free catalogues to start working towards their customer base door to door, and you can actually earn up to 5 free credits in your first 60 days, and that's while you're making money. That could be an extra 250 catalogues, so that is a lot of income power. So for more information, speak to your sponsor, but certainly before you process your first order. So how do you use your free catalogues? You get 5 spring and summer main books, 5 spring and summer K-Life, and 5 sale catalogues, and all the bags and order forms you need for them. So first of all, you want to write a list of everyone you can think of that you'd like to give the book to. So why are you going to write a list? The reason you want to write a list is to make it's like a plan. If you've got the list, you'll get the book in and out to them. If you don't have the list, you might be tempted to procrastinate. Friends, family, work colleagues, people for nursery, school, neighbours. Make sure you leave the book with them, I would say 24 hours, but maximum 48. You want them back in and out quickly to allow you to give to the others on your list. And remember to give them a book every 5 weeks. Add them into your customer base. But this is working towards sales for your free catalogues. So you want as many books in and out as possible, because you can get up to 3 retail packs in your first 30 days and a further 3 in your second 30 days. Speak to your sponsor. So, preparation. Your sponsor will send you all you need for your retailing templates, but they can also be found at www.systemforsuccesstrainings.com. And you want to open up a Clean Easy folder in your documents. And if you want to team build, and even if you think you don't, I would probably put 2 subfolders, retail and sponsor. A lot of people change their mind and get involved in the team building when they only started to make £50 a week. And save a copy of everything your sponsor sends you in your retail folder. Now, they're all in Microsoft Word, and you can now insert your own details. If you don't have Microsoft Word, speak nicely to your sponsor, or you can go to your local library. And you want to get a map of your area, you can use Street Map, Google Maps, but you want to plan your route, which we'll chat to you about in a minute. So what we're going to send you, a weekly planner, very important to plan every detail. Callback slips, that's the slips that go in the catalogue that introduces you to the customer and lets them know when you're calling back. Sorry I missed you slips. Thank you for your order. Sorry I missed you again. Track your retail and the retail income projection. And I will go through the retail income projection and track your retail as well as the weekly planner in a moment. So we'll start with the retail income projection, and this is just what it says. It's an income projection. If you want to earn £50 a week, it lets you know what you have to do to achieve that. Now, this is based on a blanket drop of 200 books per week, which we would expect if you collected 200 of them, all of them, to get £1 a book, which would give you 800 in orders. Your retail profit would be 168, your volume profit would be 48, so your total income would be 216. So have a chat with your sponsor to see how many books you need to work with and how often they need to go in and out to achieve what it is you're looking to achieve. And this is where you would use your weekly planner with your sponsor. We recommend you print off 3 weekly planners. We want to plan your first 3 weeks, and it's getting you into a system. And you can see at the top there, own commitments, meetings and trainings, retail plan and activity plan. So first you want to enter, obviously, your own commitments. And then the meeting dates, especially if you want to build a business. But in the early stages, you really should plug into the meetings to learn how to build a good, strong customer base with the catalogues and online. And then you want to enter your chosen retail plan. And once you've decided what you want to earn, your sponsor can help you with that planner to make sure you achieve that goal. So fill this out with your sponsor. The amount of time you ultimately commit to the Clean Easy business will depend on what you want to achieve from it. Put everything down there and then work your Clean Easy business around it. So, preparation of the books. You want to make every pack the same. Now, the reason for that is because when you're collecting the books, you want to be able to tell at a glance if the customer has looked at it. And if they're all the same, this will be actually easy to see. Put your name and address label on the books and the order form. Print off the callback slips or photocopy them. Main book and callback slip to the front. Special log and order form to the back, clearly visible. You want the order form to be clearly visible so they know that we want them to order. Prepare your catalogues the day before you're going to deliver them. Now, if you're only working with a dozen or 50, this isn't as important, but if you've got 250 books or 200 books to prep and you do it on the day you're planning on putting them out, sometimes they don't go out. Things happen. If you've got them prepared, you can get up and out or straight in from work and out with your books. So prepare them the day before you're going. Know where you're going with the catalogues and don't change your mind. Find out how many houses are in each street. You can use, as I say, street maps, Royal Mail, Google. You want to know how many houses are in the street and you want to plan your route. So we recommend you get a map and break it into 5 areas. Now, by areas, I don't mean all over town. I mean areas nearby. That area might just be 2 large streets. So small areas. And you want 5 different areas, because what we do is we blanket drop the catalogues for 5 weeks, and then we go back to week 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, back to the beginning. And this is how we build a customer base. We recommend that you start close to your home. It makes sense in each area to run in to the other. Don't jump from street to street. Oh, there's another distributor. Oh, there's an Avon catalogue. I'll go here. Oh, there's an Avon catalogue. There's a Betterware catalogue. I'll go here. Just stick to the route. You just trust us. That's what works better. Ignore other catalogues. Ignore other distributors. Ignore other companies. And I'll chat to you about that a bit later on. But it's really important to keep good records. Now, are you going to be placing them or posting them? Well, really, if you don't have a lot of books to work with, we would suggest that you place the books rather than posting them. So what is posting? Well, posting is just putting it through the letterbox. Bit obvious. And placing is simply knocking on a door and just handing them a catalogue. If you're delivering your catalogues in a rural area where the houses are more isolated, then we suggest that you place them. You don't want to go all the way up 2 mile drive to put a catalogue through a letterbox to come back, not to get it back, or the fact they maybe didn't want it. But how do you feel about knocking doors? It can be a bit daunting, but just being prepared and having a little script. So what to say is, hi, I'm delivering catalogues and I'm collecting them on Thursday. At that point, I just start to walk away and say, just leave it on your doorstep to save disturbing you, and I'll just pick it up from there. If they don't want it, they'll let you know then. And don't take that personally. So here's an example retail plan posting. We recommend that you leave the catalogues for 2 days. Now, what I will say, don't be put off by customers saying, I haven't had enough time to look at the book. If you left it for 3 weeks, they would say that. Us going back kicks them into gear to have a look at it and get the order. So even if you left it for 2 or 3 months, they would still, oh, I've not looked at it yet. So 2 days maximum. And here's a popular plan to show you how to work it. So let's say you put your books out on the Tuesday, 200 books out Tuesday for Thursday. You would have callbacks on the Friday from the Thursday. Sorry, I missed you, I'll call back Friday. And then on the Friday, sorry, I missed you, I'll call back Saturday. And that would be your final callback where you would say, sorry, I missed you again. You can call Lynn on this number, email me, or go to my Facebook group. And then the books are going back out on the Friday for the Monday. Books in Monday, callbacks from Monday on the Tuesday, and your final callback on the Wednesday. To this, you're going to be adding other activities, but this is your retail, solely your retail, and you will be adding a delivery day. So you decide what day is best for delivery and stick to it, so that you know that when you put thank you for your order, you can tell the customer exactly when you're going to be coming back. It is really not important, essential to keep good records, and it's just a notebook with the date and the street name along the top, the date the books were dropped, house numbers down the left margin, and just make a note against each house number when you collect the catalogue. Now, Cleanies, they do sell little books. They call them wet books, I think. But I personally prefer A3 size, but it's entirely up to yourself. They're very cheap. You want to record if they've looked at the book, if they've not looked at the book, if they've ordered, no thanks, and lost. And you can put whatever you want. Some people put opened, unopened. Some people put cross and a tick. I personally just put a cross if they've not looked, a tick if they've looked, a no for an order, an N for no thanks, I score it out, and an L for lost, and I score it out. Know how many catalogues you've delivered and how many did you collect, what sales you've achieved. It's important to track your retail, and I'll show you that in a wee second, but there's just a quick example of customer record book. But it's important as well to start to collect email addresses as well as phone numbers, but keep your customer details. It helps you to personalise it and to remember their names, but their name, their phone number, that's handy for arranging delivery, and also email address. Get into the habit of asking your customers, are you on Facebook? And here's the track your retail. What you want to record is the catalogues out, the catalogues in, the total sales, the average per catalogue, and your weekly sales. And this lets you know how much you're getting per book, which helps you to plan your retail sales. But don't think it's quicker at the time not to record the information. It can seem a bit, taking records, but it is much, much more time consuming for the future if you don't. How do you know who said no, who lost the book, who ordered? Some of the catalogues are going to be on the doorstep for collection. Now this will vary from area to area. Those that aren't, just knock on the door and say, hi, Lynn for Clean Easy, I'm collecting my catalogues. If they're not in, post, sorry I missed you, I'll call back. Tell them the day which you'll return to pick it up. We recommend the next day, but never put tomorrow. If they've been away for a day or two, when is tomorrow? So always the day, and preferably the next day. Now, this will depend on what time you collect them, but from 150 catalogues delivered and collected, you should get about 2/3 the first attempt, so that's about 100. But again, it'll vary from street to street and also the time of day you collect them. If it's daytime, I would expect half. If it's evening, I'd expect 2/3. But don't worry, you will get most of your books back with the callback system. Always check the book to see if there's an order before you leave the door. Quite often, the customer doesn't fill in their address because they're leaving it on the doorstep, so they're expecting you to record. If you can't easily see the order form, take a note of it in your records. You might know order form, NOF. I just put a little star or I turn the callback slip around and put the address on it. So if I've found an order form in that catalogue, I've got the address clearly written on the callback slip. If you have an order, post thank you for your order, letting them know when your delivery day is. But big tip, return for the callbacks as soon as possible. People are less likely to forget. You have to return 3 times for some of your catalogues. And at this point, you put a final, sorry I missed you again, please call back. Should be used on the final visit, and you will get telephone orders. And what we find is these slips are practically training the customers. The next time you go, there'll be more books on the doorstep because they remember these 2 or 3 little slips you gave them. So what to expect from a blanket drop? If you're putting them through letterboxes, roughly 1 in 10 people will buy with the average order of £10 at first, which is £1 in orders for each catalogue collected. Now that's not going to be 10 catalogues, 10 orders at £10. You might have one at 15, You might have one at 5, you might have one at 3, you might have one at 17, but it works out an average of £1 per book. Catalogues placed in hands generate around £2 per book collected. However, it's worthwhile bearing in mind that you've had to knock on 3 doors to get one placed. So the national average for each works out around the same. The sales per book slowly increase as you cross people off who don't want the book or they lose it, people that don't look, and eventually people who look but don't buy. We're not looking for window shoppers. So the catalogues are handed or posted to different people for 5 weeks and then we return to where we started. See, plan your route. On the second visit, you miss out the people who told you they didn't want to look at the book, the people who already receive a catalogue from another distributor, if you were unable to collect it or you lost it on your last visit. This is the start of your customer base. So you'll be going to about 10% less houses, but there'll be more on the doorsteps. On the third visit, though, you miss out all of the above, plus the people who haven't looked at the book, and this will be around half. Now, this is a personal choice here. Some people give the people that haven't looked another book, another chance, a fourth visit. Personally, I go 3 times and then miss out the people that haven't looked, because I will be going back in the future with blanket drops to keep my customer base strong. So I get a chance to catch them later on. But you're getting closer to your customer base and you should now be receiving around £1.50 to £2 a book collected. So once you've visited everyone 3 times, as I said, over a 15-week period, you're ready to cut out the people who don't look or don't buy from the catalogue. So instead of visiting 100 houses and collecting 100 in orders, you'll deliver to 100 houses and collect approximately 2 to 250 in orders. Now, obviously the houses are going to be slightly further apart and it may take you a bit longer to drop your 100 books. However, you're getting double up on the profit. You find that you'll now be able to fit all your customers into 2 or 3 weeks. And that's depending on how much you want to retail per period. So in week 4 and 5, which is now free, start a blanket drop in a new street or area close to where you're working. And then just continue in the same format as when you first started until you remove the non-buyers and the non-lookers. And you do that until you have the amount of customers that you want. And this is why we say it can take 3 to 6 months to build a strong customer base. But work with your planner. Don't change it for minor things, only major. You must be consistent and regular to build a good customer base. And when collecting, you need a record book, pencils as well as a pen for when it's raining. Sorry I missed you. Thank you for your order. And a big smile. And also Jane White likes to tell you to bring a towel for when it's raining. And that's not to dry you, that's to dry your catalogues. Things that are going to happen when you're out there. You're going to come across other distributors' catalogues. Just carrying on delivering your catalogues regardless and follow the system. 1, different customers buy on different days. There are no territories, and most established distributors only service 300 to 400 customers per month. Therefore, the majority of houses in any town will not be receiving a catalogue on a regular basis. Don't listen to Joe Public. Never take advice from members of the public. Oh, there's already a distributor in the street. Oh, you only get sales in here. Always follow the system and advice of your sponsor or your upline. Ignore we don't buy at the door stickers, they don't apply to Clean Easy. No junk mail, no salesman, unless it says no Clean Easy catalogues, no catalogues, pop them through. I have many, many good customers that have that on their door. In fact, there's more customers with that on their door than not. Expect good pickups, medium pickups, and bad pickups. It'll balance out over the month. This is why we tell you to track your retail. Focus on picking up 20 customers per week. Stragglers, lost catalogues are all part of the business when you're building a customer base. You cannot build a business without experiencing these, so just accept it. Develop your emotional strength. You may receive negative comments from family, friends, and even your partner. Just put your trust in the advice that we give you and follow the system. It's perfectly normal to experience all of the above. Everybody does. So what makes retailing tick? Consistency. Make a plan and stick to it. Regularity. Maintain a frequency your customers will expect you. Reliability. Be there without fail when you say you'll be there. Personalise. Get your name in front of the customers at every opportunity. And refund or replace without question, even if the customers wish to return goods supplied by another distributor. We can return it for them with a letter, and Clean Easy will refund the customer by cheque. It takes a few weeks, but they do get their cheque. And letterbox or place. If you can only afford a few catalogues, then place catalogues and reduce your pickup time to 1 day. And above all, build a customer base, and this means keeping records from day one, getting to know your customers by name and building a relationship with them. This is what takes our customer from £3 a book, £2.53 a book, up to £5 a book. Customer relations, and also knocking off the customers who perhaps only purchase once and never purchase again. You can give them a book at Christmas. So here is what you can earn if you retailed £1,000 on its own with the catalogues. 210 retail profit, and that would achieve a £60 volume profit, giving you a total income of £270. But what if you did £1,000 online and £1,000 with the catalogues? What would you earn? £200 profit, 210 for the catalogues, 150 if you sell K-Life online. If it's Clean Easy products, non-branded, you'll get 21%. Your volume profit combined for the two will be £140 because you're now achieving 8%. So your total profit has almost doubled by simply getting your online shop up and running and selling online. So that leads me nicely into our next video, is videos 1 to 4, how to sell on Facebook groups. And the next video will be video number 1, setting up your Facebook group. Thank you very much for your time, and I'll see you on the next video.